In this video, I'll be taking my character rigged with advanced skeleton into the Unity game engine. Here's my character with its skeleton and rig. I actually don't want to export everything out. I simply want the geometry, the actual mesh of my character, and I need to export out the deformation system, which is the skeleton that the mesh is bound to. So I will select my mesh and I will select the deformation system, and I will go to File, Export Selection and open up its options. I will be exporting this out as an FBX. Make sure you know where you're exporting it to so you can easily find it later. I will be giving my export a unique name. And the error message I get simply is referring to the rigging, which is driving the skeleton. Because I don't need the rigging, this is not a problem. So here's my scene that I've created in Unity, a lunar landscape. There's also my spaceman's rocket ship here, and then a couple ramps and platforms for me to test the character on. Importing my character into Unity is as simple as dragging and dropping it. And selecting my character, I will go to the inspector under Rig. Here I will set the animation type to humanoid. Notice that the skin weights is set to standard for bones. This will work fine, so I will hit apply. And I will go to configure. I'm prompted to save my scene. Let's take a look at the character. This is where you can do some character setup in Unity so that the animations will be properly applied. There will be a few problems we're going to run into in a little bit, but for now I'm just going to say done. I will now drag my character into my Unity scene. I would like to mention that I downloaded the third-person controller plus fly mode created by Vinicius Marquez. He has not only created a really wonderful resource for getting your characters up and running quickly, but also provides excellent documentation so that you can figure out how to use it. So with my character in my scene selected, I will go to the animator category in my inspector, and I will apply character controller. This applies the animation tree to my character. I will then go to add component and physics to add a rigid body to my character. Here I need to freeze the rotations on X, Y, and Z. This is to keep the character from falling over. I'll add another component to my character, also under physics. This time I will add a Capsule Collider. This will keep my character from falling through the ground plane as well as walking through walls. By adjusting the capsule's center as well as its radius and its height, I can fit it to my character. Remember that this is the character's collision. I will be applying 4 scripts to my character. Once again, I go to Add Component, but this time to Scripts, where I will select Basic Behavior. Notice that there is a field called Player Camera. What I need to do is drag the camera in my scene into that field. The second script that I will be adding will be the Move Behavior script. This script controls the character's speed, as well as how high the character can jump. Got parameters for walk, run, sprint, and so on. I'll add a third script. This script is called Aim Behavior Basic and controls the character's aiming behavior. And finally, I'll add one more script, Fly Behavior. So the four scripts applied to my character are the Basic Behavior script, the Move Behavior script, the Aim Behavior, and the Fly Behavior script. While we're done with the scripts for the character itself, we also need to apply one to the camera. I will select the camera and go to Scripts, and I will apply the Third Person Orbit Cam Basic script. And then with the camera still selected, I will drag my character under the player field of this script. I almost forgot. I'll select my character and then tag it as a player. And now with my character all set up, let's try it out. I will run the scene, and everything seems pretty good so far with the exception of my character's shoulders and arms. In addition, I'm not quite satisfied with the material applied to my character. I'm going to go to my Maya project and find the texture for my character, drag that asset in. This is what my texture looks like, very simple texture. And I'm going to create a new material. I will rename my new material. Apply it to my character, and I will drag the texture to the albedo channel of my material. And in the inspector, I can adjust some of the properties of my material. Now I'll fix some of those strange problems we were having with the shoulder and arms with my character. If under Assets I select my character and in the inspector go back to Configure, I will see that in fact some of the bones are not mapped correctly. For both the left and right arms, I need to set the shoulders to scapula and the upper arms to shoulder. And now with the bones properly mapped, I will click on Done and return to my scene. And that's looking better. Although it actually still looks like I've got some skinning problems that I could adjust in Maya. The W, A, S, and D keys will control your character's movement. Spacebar will make your character jump. I created these platforms so I could test the height and distance that my character can jump. Remember, he was set to jump 1.5 meters. This 2.5 meter platform is too high for him. I also created these ramps so I could see if my character can run up various inclines. It's very typical to create a scene like this to test your characters in a game development environment. Now that I've tested my character, let's return to check out the move behavior script. Remember that this is where you can set some of the parameters of how your character moves. I'm going to change the jump height from 1.5 meters to 20 meters and test that out. Now when I hit the spacebar to jump, instead of only jumping 1.5 meters, I will jump 20 meters. Although actually landing on top of this 1.5 meter platform still proves to be a bit difficult. If I run and hold down the Shift key, it'll cause me to sprint. And the middle and the right mouse buttons will cause me to aim and change shoulders. The F key will put your character into fly mode. And if I wish to exit fly mode, I simply hit the F key again. I hope you have enjoyed this video. With my mission accomplished, I will now return to Earth. Oh, that can't be good.